Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Gothic Mayhem and today I'm going to be doing a digital drawing. I know I've been gone for a little while, but I'm hoping to get back into this. So today's drawing is one that I started a couple years ago and I really didn't have the skill level to be able to execute it the way I wanted to. Off the bat, I can tell that I just had no clue what I was doing anatomy-wise. I really didn't understand how to draw people at this time, and so it was really frustrating me to try and do this pose that I had never drawn before. While I had improved in my drawing, I had not improved in the way that I wanted to. So it really frustrated me to watch this. Right here, I'd just like to pause and take a look at that because the first time I saw that, I was blown away with how different it is from my art style now. Sometimes when you have a good idea, but you don't have the skills to execute it, it's better to just put it aside for a little while and learn those things so that when you execute it, it becomes the exact way you want it to be. Now, this is where I picked up this year, 2020, and I can already tell there is so much improvement in the way that I draw people and the way that figures work, and I feel like I have a better understanding of anatomy. Do I still have room to grow? Of course, all artists have room to grow, but I'm extremely thrilled to see how far I've come from just a couple years of drawing. I mean, just look at that hair. It's not a bunch of lines, it's like actual hair. Another big thing with this drawing is that I've gotten a lot more used to doing digital art now. When I first tried to do this, I had just gotten my iPad and I really didn't know how to do digital art. So I think that definitely helped playing around and exploring the medium more so that I had a better understanding of how to execute this drawing. So I very easily could have left the drawing as the new one. I didn't have to show you guys my old kind of annoyed with artwork, but I left it in because I found that it was rather inspiring for me to go back and see just how far that I've come, and I hope that maybe it can inspire some other people to not give up and to keep drawing, because you only get better with practice and with new knowledge. So this is where things kind of get finicky. I have been recently trying to work on coloring and lighting and shading. While I think I did a pretty good job in this piece, I definitely have room to improve, but things kind of got weird here. I accidentally made the blue of the background on the layer of my lighting, so I had to go back in and actually redo it. I didn't notice that right away, and I continued to work on the line work without realizing the background and the highlights were on the same layer. But thank everything for layers, right? noticed that the blue and the highlights were on the same layer, and I just ended up having to delete it. I tried to fix it and maybe see if I could blend it together, but it just didn't work. Sometimes it's just better to restart something, and that's one of the nicest parts about digital art. You can just delete that layer and start over. And actually, this is my first time playing around with this glowy effect. I've really never done that before, and it was something that I really wanted to execute when I was doing this drawing originally, but like I said, I didn't really have the skill to even be able to make the character, let alone be able to make this glowy effect. Overall, I'm really happy with how this turned out. The glowing effect looks actually really cool, and I tried really hard not to blend with anything other than colors. Which, like I said, color is a new thing for me. I have colored things in the past, just not the best. I mostly work black and gray and do shading or stippling or hatching for my shading areas. So I was really getting out of my comfort zone with this one and really trying to blend colors together and just make a really nice finished piece. My boyfriend actually helped me with this part of the drawing. He suggested why don't I put like little spots or little details on her that kind of looked like scales, and I thought the dots idea would be really nice, and I find that using this kind of pinky color really brings the whole thing together. So shout out to Dylan, thanks. So right here I make the eyebrows that same pinky color. I originally hadn't thought about doing spots, but it just seemed too perfect that her eyebrows were a bunch of circles, so I thought it really made the piece come together. At this point, with some encouragement from Dylan, I decided to make the jellyfish match her spots-wise, and this is supposed to be kind of like a magical mermaid, so he suggested that maybe I make the jellyfish itself glow, which I think really added to the glow effect. And I decided that she looked a little bit too blended in with the background, so I added more of this green color in kind of a lighter tone and tried to blend it in, making her a little bit more fishy as well as a little bit less like the background. Then finally I went in and I started to do the hair, and hair is one thing that I have a lot of trouble with. I recently figured out how to draw hair in a few different ways, but yet I am kind of new to shading. And so I really tried my hardest to make this hair look flowy and nice and work with the shading and the lights, and I think I executed it decently at least. Last but not least, I added a little bit of pink to her skin to just kind of add more of that blending effect that I liked on her back. And then I made a gradient in the background, added a few little touches, and I was done. Thank you guys for watching my video. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I will be back to do lots more art very soon. I'm sorry for the long break, but here's to YouTube again. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that little bell notification if you want to know when I post videos, because I don't even know when I'm posting videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!